All right, Virgo. So this week from Lay Vampire, you pulled witness, to know personal evidence and to speak out. And then what's funny is that from chakra wisdom, you pulled enlightenment, which is like the hermit. Now, witness, the blessing says the veils of illusion and deceit have lifted. While this can be painful, it is also a great blessing to know the truth. Do not doubt your experience. And then working with this card says, accept the evidence of your experience and honor it within your heart and within your words when wisdom demands you speak freely about it. But, for a lot of you, what I'm looking at here with enlightenment is whatever it is that you're becoming a witness to now is almost going to make you like retreat and contemplate it. Now, enlightenment, the inspiration says that this time your journey is more important than your destination. Remember, if you face your fear, you will grow stronger. Relief awaits. And the very first quote for this says, if I seek peace, I must embrace my fears. And for some of you, that may be what you're becoming a witness to now. Now, the personal question says, my thoughts always drive my choices. How can I use my thoughts to heal myself? The key ideas are path to enlightenment, the reluctant sage, taking time alone to connect, trusting your intuition, needing solitude, and time for reflection. So basically needing some time here to digest what you've become a witness to. If it's you finally receiving that enlightenment and understanding why, you face the difficulties that you do. All right, Virgo, here we go. Here's the energy coming through. The Eight of Wands. So either fast-moving energy or doing some fast communicating here. I don't know, immediately I felt like right now, like it has to happen like right now, needing to have something happen immediately. Now beyond it being about communication, again, when you're talking about fast energy, with the Eight of Wands, you will know when it is time for you to act. But for some of you, it's needing to act swiftly on something here. But then also, again, this like overwhelming feeling of right now, like I need to know right now. Like something has to happen right now. Now, in the past, you're showing the Ten of Wands or the Ten of Staves. So, overwhelming. Feeling the weight of everything on you. Feeling like, everything is an uphill battle. But again, it's the end of a cycle here and the beginning of a new one. But, unfortunately, with it still being the past coming through, it's suggesting that it's affecting what is happening right now. For a lot of you, it's just needing to get it over with. Like, I feel like let's get it over with and let's get it done, like right now. Now, in the present, the Queen of Pentacles. I like that in terms of your own energy. Now, for some of you, you may be dealing with another person here. And you're looking at earth signs. But for me, I've always said that the Queen of Pentacles for me represents Virgo beautifully. And again, when you're talking about being a witness to your own experience here, the Queen of Pentacles is very in tune with herself and her surroundings. This is somebody who has the ability to create their own comfortable environment. I've always referred to her as the working mom, but also, there's the feeling of Mother Earth. Between the Queen of Pentacles, the Empress, and then the Nine of Pentacles, all three of those to me are the same woman. So, it's good to see that despite whatever overwhelming feeling there is, you're pretty in tune with what's happening around you, which is a good thing. Now, in future conditions, the Two of Cups. So for some of you, something needs to happen like right now within a relationship. Looking at witness and looking at enlightenment and then going back to the Queen of Pentacles, again, I feel like there is a better understanding of a situation, especially with, in regards to a relationship. But then at the same time, when you're looking at enlightenment, it's talking about, you needing to take some time to reflect though too. Again, Hermit card here. But, in future conditions and with the Eight of Wands, for some of you, it's literally communication happening within a relationship. For others, it's needing to have something happen like now in terms of relationships. And again, it doesn't have to be romantic, but, I'm still feeling like something has to change or something has to happen. Your best path to follow, and, I love seeing the Magician when it shows up for Virgo, right? And manifesting some cool ass shit. But it's also about being confident in what it is that, you are trying to make happen here. you know, especially within regards to a relationship because of it being future conditions. Ultimately, whatever has been overwhelming in the past needs to change. You know, and again, there's that enlightenment. There's like that aha, now I understand. Let me think about what I need to do here. But, you know, there's also a need to be confident in yourself. You know, what is it that you're intending, though, too, when it comes to the Two of Cups? But basically, when you're looking at the Magician, as far as the best path to follow, it's saying be confident. You know, be confident in your ability to create what you want. Oh, boy. Now, in your environment, and this is why I kind of felt more so, you know, the Queen of Pentacles being your own energy when you're talking about a relationship here, with the King of Wands being in the environment. You know, for some of you, looking at the Ten of Wands as a past coming through, you know, if you're dealing with a person here, and again, you know, the King of Wands, you're talking about fire, but what's more important to me is the personality. You know, the overwhelming need to have something happen within a relationship with somebody who may have commitment issues, because I see that with the King of Wands. You're grounded. Like, you're grounded. You know what you want. You know, you have that enlightenment, but at the same time, it's something has to happen like now. You know, tired of being overwhelmed by, you know, issues within a relationship. So let's get communication going and let's see, you know, what we can do about this, right? And again, with the two, right? Having confidence, but, you know, needing to communicate things though too. But the whole point is to get things moving, to get the ball going like right now. Now, your hopes and your fears, and that makes sense. That to me is the fear of having a communication completely blocked or cut off, you know, especially in terms of a relationship. Like, I can't stress that enough, seeing that card there and then seeing these two. Now, you know, and again, general reading, male or female, both or either or, right? But like I said, for me, the Queen of Pentacles has always been Virgo. You know, it's the description for me of Virgo. But I feel like this is the outside person, whether this is male or female. But looking at the Four of Swords, you know, it's the fear of the cutoff of communication. But then on top of that, you know, possibly for some of you, you know, fearing having to take a break in a relationship. Where, you know, with the Eight of Wands being front and center here, it's wanting something now, wanting immediate results right now. Something has to change right now, you know. And as far as like demanding that, like, there's a need to be confident in what it is that you're wanting and what you're expecting to see, especially if you're dealing with somebody who has commitment issues, you know. And again, it doesn't have to be romantic. This could be family. This could be work relationships here. I mean, generally, when you're looking at the Two of Cups, you're talking about, you know, the emotional bonding of two people, which immediately says to me, important relationship. But the Four of Swords clearly is, you know, the fear of the cutoff of communication, the silence. When things need to be spoken, maybe they're not being said, you know. Oh, and then the outcome, the Four of Cups. Now, what I worry about here is, first of all, when you're looking at the Four of Cups and you're looking at the Ten of Swords, and you're talking about emotional apathy, and then you're looking at painful endings, how many more times are you going to go through that cycle? It's immediately what I feel like. Because, again, past energy. But, you know, what gets it even more is the Seven of Pentacles being attached to this. How many times are you going to reevaluate a situation that is going to end up the same way that you expect it to? You know, how many times are you going to be left with this feeling of the Four of Cups and expecting to see something better? You know, that or dealing with a person who just isn't giving emotionally what you need out of the situation. Now, with the Fool coming out of this, though, you know, I worry about continuing to have faith in a situation that is only going to produce the same thing over and over again. I mean, if you're truly reevaluating the situation and trying something different here, you know, then maybe the Fool is saying to have a little bit of faith in the new path, right? A new process. But I worry. I just worry that there are some repeating patterns, so to speak. And that's only because of the Four of Cups with the Ten of Swords, you know. You need to have a little bit more confidence in yourself. Like, the both of them are screaming that. You know, you're wanting immediate results, but, you know, is it something that you're really going to get out of this situation, or are you just going to end up disappointed again? You know, which is funny because it's not the 5 of Cups, but I do feel like that between the 4 and the 10. You know, this cycle of disappointment that's happening, constantly reevaluating a situation. How do I continue this? How do I continue this? And it all goes back to the importance of the relationship. But I do feel like, you know, for some of you, you're dealing with somebody who's extremely overwhelming. You know, whether this is a family relationship or a boss here or a romantic one. You know, like their commitment issue is going to be what's overwhelming here. And I don't know why that sticks out to me. You know, I mean, there's no doubt here with the King of Wands that this is somebody who is attractive, right? They give off great energy. But why is it that you're not seeing what you want out of the situation with the 4 of Cups? You know, and how many times are you going to reevaluate this and go through the same thing? You know, it feels like relationships have been a continuous uphill battle. And you know this. And that's the kicker, looking at witness and enlightenment. You know, especially with the Queen of Pentacles being there. Like you know this now. You understand this. You've become a witness to what your experience is. You know, there's a need to be a little bit more true to yourself. Like, I feel like the focus needs to be on you and what you can do for you, you know. In terms of the relationship, you know, it's funny because it feels like there are things that you need to do for yourself rather than, you know, thinking about what is going to continuously happen over and over again with the situation here. But then at the same time, I still feel like with, you know, the 8 of Wands, communication has to happen. It can't be shut down, you know, like there's still something that needs to be said, you know, but I'm not seeing any direct, like blunt, face forward, you know, communication here. I'm seeing the fear of the cutoff, but I would have expected to see like a sword energy. But I feel like the whole reason why the communication is happening is because there needs to be some results. Like we need to see some results. Again, going back to the 7 of Pentacles. You know, but how many times are you going to continuously do this though at the same time? All right, Virgo, we're going to take a look at the soul trees to see what other messages there are for you guys. Truth, adventure, and tranquility. So for some of you, you know, the truth is that this has been quite the adventure, but now there's a need for tranquility. Again, with enlightenment showing up, a time to just reflect. Now, you know, truth is important, right? Needing truthful communication, especially with the 8 of Wands being there. But, you know, adventure, right? Like see how, you know, there's still adventure to be had, right? But you need to take some time to get that tranquility that you need here, you know. It's a little bit difficult, but, you know, I don't know. I'm still holding out, like, faith with the Fool and the Magician coming out. You know, maybe you figure out the new path here when you're looking at the 7 of Pentacles, because immediately to me next to the 4 of Cups is saying you are not seeing the results that you want to see. So what are we going to do now if we want continued growth? And that's kind of where the Fool comes in. You know, so instead of needing an immediate outcome, you know, there's a little bit more faith in where you're headed now, even if it's a new cycle with the same situation. You know, but that immediately goes back for me to how many times you're going to do it. You know, how many times are you going to continuously go through it? And that may be why there's a need for some tranquility, right? All right, guys, we're going to take a look at the romance angels to see what messages there are for you guys in terms of relationships. And then, wow, calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So, oh boy, past life soulmate, possibly for some of you. You know, but I'm looking at a need here for some healing on this relationship, and it may be the reason why you continuously go through the cycle that you do, you know. Now, for some of you, it's needing to get rid of like a karmic debt relationship here and moving on to where you can actually start calling in, you know, the person that you're meant to be with, right? But, you know, the The past life thing is what bothers me when I'm looking at the situation. You know, it's almost like you know that there's something there, but yet the other person is like almost blind to it, you know, because again, you're coming in with witness, right? And with the Four of Cups coming out, just not getting it, like not getting what you want. There's got to be something better, you know, apart from being emotionally numb from continuously going through this, you know.